Welcome to the Donna Thorne special. I'm Donna Thorne.
And I'm Garfield Coleman.
This is community response for O.J. Simpson. This show, we'd like for all of you who is watching the show to call in and make some comments or ask questions. We also would like for you to speak with our panel and our audience.
Okay, before we go on, we want you to know what the call-in number is. It's area code 818-988-7591. The number will be showing the entire time we're on, so if you have any questions or any comments to make, do feel free to call in. At this moment, we're going to go through our panel, our guest panel, have them introduce themselves and their professions, and after that we'll go into general discussions. We'd like to start here at my left.
Hello, my name is Garfield Darnell Coleman, Baptist minister, clerk. I thank Donna Thorne special, and I thank United Artists for having this discussion.
Hello, I'm Xennia Long, and I'm a general manager for Gospel Music and Ministry Connection magazine, and I also thank Donna and Garfield for allowing me to be on the show.
I'm Miller, I'm a writer, and I thank Donna for giving the community a chance to respond to such a local event.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Johnson, Jr. I'm retired military and an aerospace worker at present. And I want to thank also Donna and Garfield for allowing me to be here.
Great.
Okay. This is a very exciting show. It gives us a chance to respond to what's going on in the media. I want you to call in and tell what you think and how you think things should be done, and if they're being done correctly. Do you think the media is handling this correct? And respond about the case and whatever you feel that you would like to talk about concerning this.
What we're going to do, we do want to use some specifics so we can keep ourselves focused. The points that we're going to be discussing tonight are going to be how the media is handling the case, specifically the media, the newspapers, the radio, the television, and all that. And we'll be addressing that. We also want to talk about the case in general with regards to the police and other specifics on that. And then we'll also be covering the effect on the community, race relations, because that's having some pretty dire effects also. So it should be pretty controversial, and I think we're about ready to start, as we'll take our panel and give each person a chance to speak his piece and give each person a little bit of time. Then we'll go to the general discussion. We also want you to know that we are going to be having also audience participation and in-studio audience, as we also are going to be having live call-ins. So we'd like to start first with the gentleman to my left, Mr. Darnell Coleman, and you can speak to the public and let them know your ideas of what's happening with this case with regard to any of the subjects that I mentioned.
Well, I think that the case is going as well as it could go. I do think he's guilty, though. I do think that he was a big egotist concerning her, and they couldn't work things out because she was too weak, because she married him too young, and he was too domineering after failing his first wife. But I do think that the media is portraying this rather harshly. But if you're famous and the media gets a hold of you, it's like sharks circling prey, and you're just dead. It happened 70 years ago with Fatty Arbuckle, happened with Michael Jackson, happened with Adolf Hitler, and now it's happening today.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I guess I could be convinced to feel that O.J. is innocent, but I do lean towards feeling that he's guilty. As far as the media is concerned, I feel that they're doing what they generally do. They're hyping the event, and of course it does have a little bit of everything: sex, romance, money, race, and so that is something that everybody wants to see. And of course the media is going to grab onto that because they can make money, and wherever there's money to be made, the media is going to be there.
I feel O.J. is definitely innocent. I can't see how he could physically attack two people like that, not only have a cut on his finger. With all the evidence that's there, everything still leads me back to that same theory of why isn't he bruised up. I think the media is doing a good job covering the case. I get to see how lawyers really work, how the courtroom really works, and I thank the media for giving us the opportunity to watch the trial of the century.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to respond to that, and my feeling the media has made this one of the biggest tragedies in American history. And I think this is about the biggest conspiracy since Kennedy got killed. I think it's all a plot. I think it's devastating toward the American black man. And about the media, I think the media is, see, the media plays a part, so big of a part in our everyday lives. The media comes into our homes. You know, they influence our kids. They influence our attitudes. And that's played a major part in what they're doing now. They're trying to turn, I think, the whole country around, trying to voice their opinion and trying to lead towards O.J. being guilty, which I think is 100% not guilty.
Okay, you have any response to that?
Do you feel that he's not guilty because he is black? And if it is, let's face it, he married a white woman and tried to portray himself as white most of the time. Now that he's going up the river, we defend him as a race. I
agree and disagree with you in a way. I'm sorry that, you know, race has to come into part, but he is a black man, she is a white woman. I'm sorry that the death had to happen to two people, but at the same token, O.J. Simpson, I mean, it's too stupid. Why would he leave in an immaculate room 2 socks right there on the floor? Where are the rest of the clothes? Where are his shoes? Where are the footprints leading up to the bedroom? I mean, if he took a shower in there, I mean, he had no time to really scrub the bathroom. I mean, just common sense things just don't make sense and don't add up to me.
Darnell, I would like to respond to that. Here's a guy that was paid millions of dollars not to fumble a now he fumbles a glove. You know, I think also Furman is a racist. I think he was a part of the conspiracy there to set O.J. up. And I think the media has played the race card. And it's definitely a racial issue there. You know, I mean, he is married to a white woman, or was married to a white woman. And I think that has had a big effect on it.
Well, I don't Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't really think that race has anything to do with it. I think the fact that Furman may be a racist might be very true, but I don't think that his being a racist has anything to do with O.J. And I agree with Thurgood Marshall when he was asked if he thought that a black man should be placed when he retired to the Supreme Court, and his answer was that every black person isn't black. And we also know that there are people who may have black skin who don't have black minds. Blackness is a state of mind. It is not just a skin color. There are white people who are blacker than some black people that I know in their ideology and in their thought process.
So would you like to define the word?
I think right now we're going to be getting ready for the next segment, which is a song, I believe. I think that's where we're going. We're getting directions from the floor.
Miguel and Ramiro. Oh, we have a caller. Okay. Commercial. Okay, we have a commercial. Okay.
Mitchell doesn't believe in heroes.
I'm no hero or anything, but I love what I do.
She does believe in volunteering. She helps neighbors get medical care for their children.
Hi, niece. How you doing?
Ethel Lee doesn't believe in heroes.
We can't do everything for all people.
She does believe in helping babies.
Keep up the good work. I'm trying. I love you. I love you too.
She helps mothers stop drinking during pregnancy.
We present this little plaque to you, so when you look upon your wall, you can think about us all the time. Right?
If you don't believe in heroes, remember,
the more we work together,
you don't have to believe in heroes to be one. Be a hero to a child in your community. Call 1-800-6-CHILDREN.
Oh, well, now we're back from the commercial, and we're going to talk more about this subject. And we have some more people in the panel up here. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is LaDawn Govan, and I'm a computer programmer. And I'd like to thank both Donna and Garfield for letting me be here and letting me voice my opinion.
My name is Dave Beckman. I work for the federal government, and I also like to thank Garfield and Donna for letting me be on the show.
My name is Herbert Crowe, and I work with the insurance industry, and I'm also a musician. I'd like to thank Garfield and Donna also.
My name is Watson Stapeles. I'm a teleprocessing analyst. And again, I'd like to thank the host for giving us the opportunity to voice our opinion on this case.
Okay, welcome everyone. Now, we do want to remind the audience, we do have a call-in number if you have anything that you want to ask any of the panel that you've seen or any questions in general that you want to address or state. Our call-in number is area code 818-988-7591. That's 818-988-9751. I do want to say it's kind of difficult being an impartial host because I have some very strong opinions too, but I can't voice them this time around. But I do want to use a leading question to what was discussed in the last panel, looking strictly at conspiracy and exploiting the media. If someone would like to address that, we might as well start here with the young lady, LaDon.
Well, in terms of a conspiracy, I believe the conspiracy has to do with the mafia, or I think it doesn't have to do with the police. Right now, everyone thinks the police are the ones that are doing this, but I don't think it's the police. I don't think it's them at all. I think Furman, yeah, he's probably a racist. Did he drop the glove? Did he do all that? I don't think so. I don't think he was smart enough to do that at that point, at that time, to have enough time to do that. And it's all too clear. The picture in a murder, all the clues aren't left there. You don't leave things, as many things, you don't leave gloves around, you don't, I think OJ is smarter than that. And the fact that the door, the big thing for me is the door being left open at the apartment, whereas his children were in the house. I don't believe a man would murder his wife and some man and leave all the blood and everything out there and leave his kids in the house with the door open.
Okay. I'll have to disagree to that. I think it might have been drug-related.
Drugs.
And it's been known and it's been said in the media that Nicole's been on cocaine, OJ's been on cocaine, and that could have had something to do with it. But I don't think it was a mafia hit. I think it was done by OJ. I really do, and I think it's going to be found out once the circus is over.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's innocent.
Let me hear that again.
I think he's innocent. I think he was set up. I think it's probably a hit, probably related to drugs. It's just too many loose ends.
Okay.
My opinion is that I think that there were too many mistakes made by the police in investigating this case. And I also think that the police had what I call tunnel vision. They looked at one person, that's all they exploited, and they had it made in their mind, fixed, that this was the person. Again, the judicial system says that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. You know, and for a man's life to be hanging in the balance of these police sloppy mistakes, you know, it's too much of an important issue for me to make up my mind right now that this person is guilty. I would say he's innocent. I would say the police did a terrible job of investigating, and they're trying to cover up their mistakes by this sitting on the witness stand and being so erect and so precise. You know, police are professional liars, in my opinion.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. We'd like the caller to give your first name and address your question to either the panel or in general. What is your name?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Yvonne Demery. The statement I want to make is to the young lady, I think, on the previous panel that said, and I agree with her, I think it's unfortunate that we allow the press to manipulate us the way they have. Because what we have, or should have before us, is a man who has been accused of killing 2 people. His color is coincidental to the crime that has been done. And I am a black person, an Afro-American. I am somewhat insulted that Johnny Cochran would use such an emotional ploy to manipulate our emotions and to get us involved to the point where we are trying, everybody, we're trying to find out who killed these people. I don't believe that's a conspiracy of the entire police department. The only thing that is revealing it to me in this whole case is that, ironically, Johnny Cochran and the head of the police department and the defendant are all black. So we can't use the very obvious ploy of white against black. Were this any other were the situation changed in any other way, I think we'll be facing another LA riot.
Okay, if I might, just to respond to that real quickly, we have to remember that we're a jurisprudence nation, which means you're innocent until proven guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. And the law is supposed to use every avenue to throw that in there, because if you execute a man that's not guilty, you'll feel real bad if you find out.
So
we have to keep that in mind. So
I did hear something very interesting, though. There is a difference between being not guilty and innocent.
I would think so.
Yes, there is, and I don't think many people realize that. That when you are not guilty, you are saying to the prosecution, you must, because of the law, prove me guilty. I'm not saying I didn't do it. I'm saying that I'm not going to admit to it.
Is that not jurisprudence?
Yes, that is. But as I said, many people are using the words innocent and not guilty, thinking they are synonymous.
Yeah.
They are not the same.
Well, listen, we want to thank you very much for your call, and I think we're going to move on to.
Okay, we have a song called "Our Children of the City" by Miguel and Ramiro.
Miguel and Ramiro.
Yes.
Came upon a crossroads
Okay, welcome back to the Donna Thorne special, the community response to OJ. This is United Cable, and we do want to remind you that we do have a live call-in number. We do want you to call in, area code 818-988-7591. Right now, before we move on, I'd like to introduce you to one of our special hosts, Mr. Henry Tarkington.
How are you doing today? I'm glad to be here, Garfield, and I think it's an honor to be able to represent the community on a live show. Thanks.
Good. We have a call waiting. We want to take the call. Again, give your name and address your question to any of the individuals or in general. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Tim.
Tim. Hello,
Hi,
Tim.
yeah, I just want to make an in general comment, kind of a comment to the last caller. I'll do that first. She said something about innocent and not guilty. Well, I mean, you only have a choice in court to say not guilty or guilty. You don't have a choice of all these other words. And so when you say not guilty, you're innocent. And so I feel OJ's innocent, and that's what he thinks, and that's the defense he's drawing for. So about proving or not proving, that's not his choice. He doesn't have any choice in that. And my other comment has to go to about what she said about a riot. And I personally am worried that there is going to be a riot if he's found guilty because of the police misconduct and the way the case has been handled by the media. And I'd just like to hear what your panel has to think about that.
Okay. Before we go on, I'd like our next panel to introduce themselves quickly, and then we'll go into answering Tim's question.
I'm Kisha Oglesby, and I'm a social service department employee. I'd like to first thank you, Garfield, and on the Donna Thorne special and United Artists Cable.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Fern Matia, and I am a hairstylist and makeup artist for film and TV. I want to thank the Donna Thorne special for inviting me here today, and United Artists Cable. Thank you.
Good evening, Garfield, and good evening out there. My name is Wayne Romans. I'm an employee with the City of Los Angeles Wastewater Collection Systems Division, and I want to thank you for being here.
Hi, I'm Andre Shade. I'm in computer sales and a musician. And I'd like to thank United Artists and Garfield and Donna and say how wonderful it is to be here representing the community.
Okay, what we're doing now, we do have a time constraint here, so we'd like each one of you to make a statement, how you feel about the case, and also Henry, and then we'll go to the floor where we have our producer, Donna Thorne, will be asking questions.
I believe that O.J. Simpson is presumed innocent until proven guilty. At the present, I feel that the overwhelming circumstantial evidence does seem to appear that it's going unfavorable, but I'll wait and see.
Okay.
Well, I think that, first of all, this country sees things basically in black and white, and I'm from the South myself, and I've been through a lot of racial problems there. But I feel like not since JFK's assassination, I think it was mentioned earlier, have we seen such a celebrated crime, I mean, committed, and to be able to watch it on the courtroom. I think that OJ is using the media as well for his advantage because, I mean, the chase began, and we followed, and we've been watching attentively since the chase. And I think because we love him so, and because we have such a passion for this man and his smile, how could we love him one minute and hate him or believe that he's guilty the next? Okay. It's confusing.
We have other speakers, please.
I just want to briefly say, with the evidence that has been laid before us, that too many items just point him out, and there's just too many mistakes.
Oh, my turn?
Yes.
I think it's a right-wing conspiracy that started with Clarence Thomas, Michael Jackson, Tyson, and I think that it goes on from there. And I'd also like to say that I thought they treated Rosa Lopez very badly, and the way they're trying to discredit all the witnesses for the defense. So it's kind of odd if you look at it. Plus, there's this Chicago connection.
Okay, let's take a break. We do have another phone call. Want the caller to identify themselves, and then we'll give
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Betty. I want to say hi to everyone on the panel.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Listen, my concern is this. I think yesterday on the news there was a young lady that was riding in a car with a friend of hers, and I think an ex-boyfriend or her husband chased them, and she was taken from the car and she was stabbed, murdered in the street. And we don't hear about it today. I understand what's going on, but I think
And I know for a fact that there's just too much media coverage. What makes her life any less important than Nicole's? I think they should go on and get the cameras out of there and treat O.J. and the whole thing just like every other person, because people are getting murdered every day. We have a big problem with domestic disputes everywhere. Nobody's in the news like this, and everybody's life is on hold for O.J. You know, I love O.J., I always have. I love Nicole, the family, and everybody. But we need to get on with our lives, and I think they should get the cameramen out of there. And, you know, a life is a life.
Okay, thank you very much. Henry, would you like to respond to that, because you haven't spoken this evening?
Sure, I'd like to respond to
yes.
her and the other caller that called in. First of all, for the other caller that called in, if you think that African Americans are that ignorant to go and riot again when it caused so much problems since then, you're sadly mistaken. For the lady that called in right now, Nicole probably knew what she was getting into a long time ago. Myself, I think that the coroner office has been doing a bad job since the Marilyn Monroe all the way up to now, and I think that that has to change.
Do you have any solutions to what you think that should be done at this point?
Yes, I believe that they should have a different type of hiring pattern for the L.A. coroner's office.
Okay, we're being given a signal. I'd like to put the camera on Donna Thorne and let her close out the show, Ms. Thorne.
Okay, I'd like to thank everybody for being on the show, and I want the community to respond by writing in and calling in and let us know your opinions on how you feel. And if you'd like to be on another show and respond to what's happening in the O.J. Simpson case, about the media and about the case itself, and what you think can be made better to make the community better. Thank you.